Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we'll continue reading from Bhajana Rahasya by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And we will continue reading from, we'll begin reading from Pratham Yam Sadhana. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhite girim yat kripatamam vande Shri Gurum Dhintarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hariyam Tatsa. So the first chapter is Pratham Yam Sadhana, Bhajan at the end of night. Shraddha. Krishna Varnam Tvisha Krishnam Sango Pangastras Parshadam Yagne Sankirtan Prayer Bhajami Kali Pavanam. This is from Bhagavad Gita, 11th canto, 5th chapter, verse 32. Nijtave Gaudiyan Jagati Parigrihya Prabhur Iman Hare Krishnete Evam Ganana Vidhina Kirtayata Bhoha Iti Prayam Shiksham Charan Madhupebhyah Paridishan Shachi Shunuhu Kim Me Nayan Sharanim Yasyati Padam. This is from Stvavali. By the sacrifice of the congregational chanting of the holy name, I worship the deliverer of the living entities of Kali Yuga, Sri Gaurangadev, who constantly sings the name of Krishna. Although his complexion is not blackish, he is Krishna himself. He is accompanied by his angas, the bodily limbs in the form of Nityananda and Advaita Prabhu, Upangas, parts of limbs like Shivas Pandit, Astras, weapons in the form of the holy names, and Prasads, and Parshads, associates like Swarup Damodar, Rai Ramananda, Gadadhar, and Govinda. When will the son of Shachimata appear within the path of my eyes? He has accepted the Gaudiya Vaishnavas who are like bees at his lotus feet. As his personal associates like a father, he gave them instructions to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, counting a fixed number of rounds. The Supreme Absolute Truth, Sri Hari, has manifested his golden form in Navadvip to deliver the living entities of Kali Yuga. In the company of his associates, he has given the treasure of love of God by introducing the chanting of the holy names of the Lord. The religious practice for the age of Kali, congregational chanting of the holy names of the Lord, is an eternal activity of the living entity. All other religious activities are meant to help one attain perfection in chanting the holy names. It is said in the Vishnu Rahasya, Yad Abhyarchya Harim Bhaktaya Krite Krito Shater Api Phalam Prapnoti Avikalam Kalau Govinda Kirtanat. Whatever fruit can be obtained in Satya Yuga by devotedly worshipping Sri Hari through the performance of hundreds of sacrifices, that same result can be obtained in Kali Yuga simply by Govinda Kirtan. While chanting, other methods of atonement are prohibited in the Brihad Vishnu Puran. It is stated, Namno sya yavati shaktih papa nirharane Hareh tavat kartum na shaknoti patakam pataki janah. Simply by once chanting the holy name of Hari, a sinful man can counteract the reactions to more sins than he is able to commit. There is no atonement equal to chanting the holy names. Therefore, intelligent persons give up all fruitive activities mentioned in the Vedas. In the Hari Bhakti Vilas, there is the following quote from the Vaishnav Chintamani on the superiority of Kirtan. Agachit smaranam Vishnur Bhavayasena sadhyate Oshta spandana matrena kirtanam tu tato varam. Remembrance of Vishnu, which destroys all sins, is attained by great efforts, but the glorification of Vishnu just by vibrating the lips is superior to this remembrance. The reason being that even by namabhas or a glimpse of chanting the holy names, bondage to the material world is cut. By the performance of austerities, remembrance of the Lord is difficult to attain. However, simply by moving one's lip, one can easily perform kirtan. Even without moving the lips, one may easily perform kirtan. Even without moving the lips, one may remember the holy names. By such chanting and remembering of the holy names, one can achieve all perfection. Therefore, all the Shastras have established that chanting and remembering the holy names is superior to the process of Archana. The Hari Bhakti Vilas states, Yena Janma Shateh Purvam Vasudevah Samarchitah Tanmukhe Hari Nam Ani Sada Tishtanti Bharata. O best of the Bharatas, the holy name of the Hari can be always present in the mouth of only one who has perfectly worshipped Vasudev for hundreds of previous births. The 16 names of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is composed of 8 pairs of names. Corresponding to these 8 pairs, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has recited the 8 shlokas of the Shikshashtak. The first pair of name Hare Krishna signifies the subduer of ignorance and the performance of Nam Sankirtan with faith. The second pair Hare Krishna means Krishna's names are invested with all potencies. One should have attachment for bhajan by taking shelter of the holy name in the association of sadhus. Gradually, by performing bhajans, anarthas, unwanted contaminations are destroyed. As anarthas are removed, nishtha, that is firm faith, develops. The third pair, Krishna Krishna, indicates the company of pure devotees and becoming fixed in the firm faith throughout the day and night. By the fourth pair, Hare Hare, unmotivated devotion is awakened along with the taste for Nam Sankirtan. The fifth pair, Hare Ram, represents the taste for pure devotional service along with remembrance of the holy names as prescribed in the Shikshashtak. By the sixth pair, Hare Ram, chanting in the beginning stage of transcendental emotion leads to material detachment and complete attachment to Krishna. The seventh pair, Rama Ram, awakens attachment for the mellows of conjugal rasa, the shelter of Radha's lotus feet, and feelings of separation. The eighth pair, Hare Hare, leads to attainment of the goal of life, loving service to Radha and Krishna, following in the mood of the gopis of Vrindavan throughout the 8th divisions of day and night, that is Ashtakal. In the Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu it is said, Adav Shraddha Tatah Sadhu Sango Tatha Bhajan Kriya Tato Anartha Nivriti Syat Tato Nishtha Ruchish Tatah Atha Saktis Tato Bhavas Tatah Prema Bhyudanchati Sadhakanam Ayam Premanah Pradurbhave Bhavet Kramaha. Certain pious activities that lead to bhakti generate faith. One then becomes interested in associating with pure devotees. Thereafter, one is initiated by the spiritual master and executes the regulative principles under his orders. Thus, one is freed from all unwanted habits and becomes firmly fixed in devotional service. Therefore, one develops taste and attachment. This is the way of sadhana bhakti. The execution of devotional service according to the regulative principles, gradually emotions intensify, and finally there is an awakening of love. This is the gradual development of love of Godhead for the devotee interested in Krishna consciousness. While chanting at the stage of Nishtha, anarthas are destroyed and one attains taste for the holy name. Then, as more anarthas are destroyed, one comes to the stage of attachment. As the stage of bhava or rati is gradually attained, almost all anarthas are destroyed. If in this development this desire for fame arises due to the company of non-devotees, it leads to kuti nati, that is the diplomacy, which then results in one's fall down. Therefore, one should carefully abandon the company of non-devotees, and at the same time one should always chant the Lord's name in great ecstasy. The Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu quotes the following verse from the Katyayan Samhita. वरम हुत वह ज्वाला पंजरांतर व्यवस्थितिः न शौरी चिंता विमुखः जन संवास वैशसम. It is better to accept the miseries of being encaged and surrounded by burning flames than to associate with those bereft of Krishna consciousness. Such association is a very great hardship. In the Vishnu Rahasya it is stated, Alinganam varam manye vyala vyagraha jalokasham na sangah shalya yuktanam nana deveka sevinam. In one of the notes, footnotes, it says here that the pious activities as unknowingly serving or hearing Krishna Katha from a devotee, which is like Agyat Sukriti, also leads to Bhakti. One should prefer to embrace a snake, a tiger, or an alligator rather than associate with persons who are worshippers of various demigods and who are impelled by material desire. In the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, it is said that even Namabhas destroys all sins and bestows liberation. Tam nirvyajam bhaja guna nidhe pavanam pavananam shraddha rajyan matir atitaram uttamah shloka maulim prodyan antah karana kuhare hanta yan nama bhanor abhaso api kshapyati mahapatak Dhvanta Rasim. O reservoir of all good qualities, just worship Shri Krishna, the purifier of all purifiers, the most exalted of personalities, worshipped by choice poetry. Worship him with the faithful, unflinching mind, without duplicity and in a highly elevated manner. Thus worship the Lord, whose name is like the sun, for just as a slight appearance of the sun dissipates the darkness of night, so a slight appearance of the holy name of Krishna can drive away all the darkness of ignorance that arises in the heart due to greatly sinful activities performed in the previous lives. As one executes devotional service according to the instructions of the Shikshashtak, the pastimes of Krishna gradually manifests within one's heart. In the beginning, one should perform bhajan according to the first shloka of Shikshashtak for some days. In this practice, by this practice one should become more mature, as described in the second verse. Gradually one should concentrate on bhajan according to the third and fourth shloka. According to the fifth shloka, one should accept his spiritual body, the Siddha Deha. After accepting the Siddha Deha, one should begin bhajan under the shelter of the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani and gradually make progress. Bhajan performed according to the sixth shloka indicates almost all anarthas have disappeared, and one therefore has the required adhikar or qualification for attaining Siddha Deha. If one thinks of his Siddha Deha without achieving this adhikar, his intellect gets bewildered. One should carefully accept the sequence given in the Shikshashtak if he wants to attain perfection. By observing the activities of sadhus, one can attain a pure intellect after achieving Siddha Deha. As one continues bhajan, he can easily enjoy service throughout the day and night. So in the footnotes it says here that Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur states in his commentary on the Shikshashtaka, the Samodhan Bhashya, that the word Param is the first verse indicating that after Shraddha and Satsang, that is the stage of Bhajan Kriya, one engages in the chanting of the holy name. And the second verse in that mature means that one should carefully try to avoid Namaprad as indicated by the word Durdaivam. Then one is able to properly glorify the holy name from attributes and pastimes of the Lord. The third verse of Shikshashtak describes the qualities of the sadhak that manifest after he is free from offences. In the fourth verse, the words Na Dhanam Na Janam Na Sundarim indicates the marginal qualities of the pure devotee who is free from all material desires. In the fifth verse, the word Kinkaram means the living entity is eternally the servant of Krishna, but due to his past misdeeds, he is drowning in the material ocean. In the sixth verse, the external symptoms, the bhava, are described. At this stage, the sadhak has already overcome almost all anarthas. One should remember Shikshastak and practice Smaran and Kirtan accordingly, then gradually Ashtakal service will be awakened in the heart. At the same time, all unwanted contaminations, including religiosity, economic development, sense gratification, and liberation, will appear insignificant, and one will achieve the treasure of love. By chanting the holy name, the mirror of one's heart is cleansed, as stated in Shikshashtaka, first verse. Cheto darpana marjanam bhava maha davagni nirvapanam Shreya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam Vidyavadhu Jivanam Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam Pratipadam Purnamrita Swadanam Sarvatma Snapanam Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. Glories to the Shri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years together. Thus the fire of conditioned life of repeated birth and death is extinguished. This Sankirtan movement is the waxing moon that spreads the white lotus of good fortune for all living entities. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss, and it enables us to taste the full nectar for which we are always anxious. By performing congregational chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra, one can destroy the sinful condition of material existence, purify the unclean heart, and awaken all varieties of devotional service. The result of a chanting is that one awakens his love for Krishna and tastes transcendental bliss. Ultimately, one attains the association of Krishna and engages in his devotional service as if immersing himself in a great ocean of love. In his Namastak, Rupa Goswami describes the holy name as the personification of bliss and knowledge in the following words. Sudita Shrita Janarti Rashye Ramya Chid Ghana Sukha Swarupine Nam Gokul Mahots Savayate Krishna Purna Vapushe Namo Namaha. O Harinam, O Krishna, you destroy the miseries of those who take your shelter. For your devotees, you are very charming and delightful. Your forms is the personification of knowledge and bliss, and therefore you are festival for the residents of Gokul. I bow down again and again before you, whose form is fully spiritual like Vaikuntha. Simply by chanting the holy name of Krishna, one can be freed from all undesirable habits. This is the meaning of awakening the good fortune and initiating the flow of love of Krishna. Ashtanga Yoga is always full of fear, as stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, chapter 6, verse 35. Yamadibhir Yoga Patheye Kam Lobha Hato Muhu Mukunda Sevaya Yadvat Tathat Madha Na Shamyati. It is true that by practicing restraints of the eyes, senses by the yoga system, one can get relief from the disturbances of desire and lust. But this is not sufficient to give satisfaction to the soul, for the satisfaction is derived from the devotional service to Mukunda, the personality of Godhead. The Srimad Bhagavatam 1.5.12 condemns karma and jnana in the following words. Nashkarmyam api achyuta bhava varjitam nashobhate jnanam alam niranjanam Kutah Punah Shashwad Abhadram Ishware Nacharpitam Karma Yad Ape Akaranam. Knowledge of self-realization, even though free from all material affinity, does not look well if devoid of conception, variegated pastimes of the infallible God. What then is the use of fruitive activities which are naturally painful from the very beginning and transient by nature, if they are not utilized for the devotional service of the Lord? So we'll continue our reading from the Pratham Yam Sadhana next time. Thank you for joining. Hari Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.